Hello everyone, this is Bruce. Today the project is Carpenter Bee Traps. I don't have a hatred for bees or carpenter bees, and I definitely don't want to kill any honeybees, but these carpenter bees are just tearing up my garage, the eaves of my garage, and my awning over my back porch. Carpenter Bee Traps. You can go online and buy them on Amazon or Walmart.com, or you can buy them at the Walmart store, Tractor Supply, hardware store. They're everywhere, but they're pretty darn expensive for what they are, at least in my opinion. They're anywhere from 20 bucks up to 40 bucks for a carpenter bee trap, and I figured, what fun is that to go buy a trap? I'm going to go ahead and make some. So let me show you what I got going on here. I'm going to build mine out of just scrap junk wood that I got laying around. Basically just junky old 2x4s. I'm trying to find ones that don't have paint on them. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can make these. This is the method I chose. It just seems to be the easiest. So I've cut these 2x4s. I just got done cutting all these. See, it's already got holes in it. I'm trying not to use ones that already have holes, but I'll put those inside and, I don't know, keep these on the outside or something. But or maybe I'll just replace it all together. I've got a bunch more scrap of this laying around. I cut these pieces 5 inches long. Now, I don't think these measurements are critical. You cut it however big you want to make it. I just went with 5 inches so I could make the 2x4 chunks I had laying around go a little farther. And I don't want these traps to be monstrous. Carpenter bees are pretty small. So I've cut four of these per trap. And then, as you can see how I have them laid out here, I'm going to screw all 4 together just like that. I'm going to put 2 screws in each side, and I'm going to pre-drill these holes so that my screws hopefully don't split the wood. I don't know that that's necessary, but that's how I'm going to do it. I've got a bunch of old recycled screws laying around here. Some of them are not quite as long as I'd want them to be, so when I put them in the 2x4 here, I'm gonna sink them down in there quite a ways so they grab into the other piece of wood quite a bit better. It'll be interesting to see. That one there's got a fairly new piece of 2x4, and then these are real old. Some of them are still wet. I pulled them out of the pile of wood I have out back, and we'll see how they work out. And then for the tops and bottoms, I think this is probably 5/8 plywood. Just a scrap chunk of plywood laying around. This is going to be the top, and from the way I understand it, you want to have a little bit of a shelf here, like a roof, like an overhang of a roof. I guess the bees really like that. So I'm going to put these are cut 9 by 9. So I have about 2-inch overhang on each side. Now this piece of wood, this old plywood, I don't know if it's just old or if it's been soaked with oil or something in the past. I hope it's not oil. I hope it's just old age. They have been laying around here for a long time. This looks like a piece of tongue and groove subfloor stuff or something. But anyway, we'll see if it matters. I hope it doesn't. I'm just going to screw those on as tops. And then I've cut some 5x5s. When you screw your 2x4s together in this fashion, it makes a 5x5 square, 5 inches by 5 inches. And then I cut 4 more pieces. I'm going to make 4 traps. This will go on the bottom, so there won't be a shelf or anything, because I don't want birds and I don't want birds and stuff sitting on the thing if I can help it. I don't know that it matters, but you cut it however you want. That's how I'm going to do it. So the next step is I'm going to pre-drill all these holes, two in each side, so I can screw all these together. Now I thought I might glue them together, but I don't think it's necessary to use glue, so I'm just going to pre-drill the holes and screw them all together. We'll speed that up on a time lapse so you don't get bored while you watch me do it, and then we'll take it from there. Now that I have all of my holes pre-drilled, next step is going to be connecting the box. So I'm going to put the screws in the boards first, or at least get them started. Right, the next step I'm going to do is, these are the bottoms. I'm going to use this bit to drill 1-inch holes right in the center of each one of these bases. So to find the center, I'm just going to take a straight edge and go corner to corner. This will put an X right in the center. Now that I've got 4 of these bases made with the 1-inch hole, the reason I used a 1-inch hole is because that's what I had. And I've got, this is an old peanut butter jar, just a plastic jar with a nice screw-on lid. I've got another one of these that I'm just about to have available to me. I'm going to use these and maybe try to incorporate some water bottles for the other ones, but at least I'll have 2 of these nice peanut butter jars. Whatever you've got will probably work. You just want it to be a clear bottle. This lid's kind of nice. It's got a little dot in the center, so I know where the center is. And I'm going to set it on the base, center that dot, and then I'm going to put 2 screws in it just to hold it in place. Like so. There we go, and that worked out really nice. It made it easy to hold on to, and I know I've got it lined up with a hole, 1-inch hole right through the top. Now the jar goes on the bottom, so make sure that your holes, make sure that the holes are going upward, and if you wanted to, you could just write something like top so you don't get them mixed up. So there you go. You can see down in there, got that hole. It's pretty close to the center, close enough. It's not being blocked or anything. And you've got the 4 1/2-inch holes coming through the sides of each 2x4. And then you could screw the jar on the bottom. So the last step is to take the top piece. This was 9 by 9 inches. The bottom was 5x5 if you're building your box like I did with the 2x4s. So I'm just going to get this lined up. Screw that on the same way I screwed the bottom on with 4 screws. So I couldn't help it. I actually had some of this, so I went ahead and used it. Plastic wood. It's just a wood putty. And I filled all the screw holes in the side of all the traps. That way there's no confusion. I don't want any confused bees roaming around here. They can clearly see where I want them to go. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but I had it laying around and I might as well try it. So I'll get that hung up. All I'm going to do is put a couple screws in here, or maybe just one, up to a rafter on the porch. I'll show you that after I hang it up. Well, there it is, hung up. I just used one screw and it seems to be holding it well. Well, if that's not enticing, I don't know what is. That should be good. They say to put them on the corners, so I'll put one on that corner and then I'll stick one over there on that corner as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll come back with a follow-up video in a couple of weeks. And if you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, you'll know when I post that video. If you have any ideas or suggestions or even just comments, put them in the comment section below. And let me know what you think about my new Carpenter Bee Traps. See you on the next video.